Hi, good morning, students. Hope you are safe and doing well. This is Chandrasekhar. I'm going to teach computer science. Today, I'm going to explain operating systems and graphical user interface chapter. So, first of all, in this chapter, and I would like to define what is an operating system. So, here, if you see that the operating system is just generally as a software which makes a computer hardware operational. And here you have to see that what is the software and what is the hardware. So software means generally different applications which are available in the computer. Hardware means the different devices which are connected. So physically which we can touch, and so those are all called as a hardware. And this operating system is the master control of a computer. Without operating system, I can say that computer hardware and the software would be useless. And nowadays, like different mobiles, tablets, and even the other device also need as an operating system for operation. Okay, so now uh, I'm going to define operating system like this. So then operating system is a software that makes a computer hardware operational. So it enables the users and the other programs to operate and communicate with the computer hardware. So if you observe this diagram here, and you can find the different applications, monitor, printer, mouse, keyboard, and even the hard drive. These are all like depending on the operating system, and all the different users as well as the programs is going to operate and communicate with the operating system only. And next, what is the need of for an operating system? So here we are going to study about how this operating system is basically required for the different purposes. The first one is control. So this operating system generally required for controlling the hardware and the software resources of a computer. For example, if you want to operate a printer, or if you want to operate another external devices, definitely the operating system is required. And second one, hardware independence. So this operating system is required for providing a consistent application interface, means like common and admin interface even if the different hardware installed to the computer. Okay, next one is portability. So here the operating system ensures that application, whatever the applications developed by a one programmer in one computer, and functions in on other computers also, like the same type of computers. Even the computers have the different storage space and different memory. For example, one computer have 4 GB RAM and even 1 TB hard disk, and the other computer have only 2 GB RAM and having only 750 GB hard disk. So irrespective of all these, but it functions like normally on different devices, so which is called as a portability. And next one, upward compatibility. So here the operating system also ensures that various applications continue to function normally on a computer even if the hardware is upgraded in the future. For example, in the future, if you bring the new mouse or a new monitor or new printer, even the keyboard, so this operating system will support all the new hardware, no need of installing the software again for those devices. So that is called as a upward compatibility. So these are all the different basics requirement for an operating system. And next one, we are going to functions of an operating system. So there are various management functions of an operating system may be classified in the following categories. So the first one is the processor management. So it is the operating system that decides which program will run on the CPU, when and how long. In this processor management, the CPU is the main component that executes the instructions given to the computer. So CPU is a generally limited resource, and though the computer may have the more than different processors. Overall, the operating system that decides like when it has to run and how far it has to run. Okay. Next one is the memory management. So in this memory management, the RAM is the limited resource, and like some of the systems are having 4 GB RAM or 8 GB and 16 GB RAM, and this operating system is going to allocate and deallocate of RAM to the requesting based on the different programs. Like so it will decide like for this program how much RAM is required. So in a order, it will allocate the RAM to different programs, and which is called as memory management. The next one, device management. So here the computer generally equipped with several types of devices, like internal input devices, output devices. So the operating system is going to control all the input as well as the output functions of all these devices. So which comes under the device management. Next one, file management. So here this operating system is responsible to control transfer of files between the main memory, which is called as a RAM, and as well as the secondary storage. So here secondary storage means all the devices where we are going to store the files permanently, like hard disk, pen drive, and even the compact disk, and etc. So this in this file management, the all different types of files transfers and the main memory and the secondary storage, everything controlled under the file management. And the next one, interface management. So operating system generally controls the interaction of the computer with the different users as well as the different application. So different applications which are in the computer and all the different users also is going to interact like with the help of operating system. And next, you see this diagram, and you can see that there is a different users in, and there is operating system in between the users and the operating system. There is a one user interface. The help of user interface only, the users as well as the operating system is going to connect it. And if you observe, and there is a data and as well as the programs, the CPU and the memory and even the input devices, all these are all like controlled by the operating system. Even the services also, different services. Next, and features of an operating system. So here different features are there, and this we are going to discuss some of the important one. The first one is the operating system is generally designed to work on diverse hardware platforms. So even if you install the different hardware also, this operating system will work simultaneously in all the platforms. The second one is the operating system is the user interface, and with this user interface that determines like how users are interacting with the computers. So without a user interface, in between the user interface and the computer, operating system is compulsory. So without operating system, the users cannot operate the computer also. So, and the second one and the other one, an operating system is a administrative user which can make the changes to the computer. For example, and if you add any external devices like USB as well as the printer, so you will get a, and even if you install any software, or if and even if you download any exe files, and when you are trying to install those files, and you'll get a message that will you allow these files to install in your computer or not. So this will be determined by the operating system. So it will work as an administrative user in between the applications as well as the computer. And the other one is the operating system supports connectivity to different devices like even the USB, CD, DVD, printers, etc. So all these external devices, different devices, uh, supported, I mean, with the help of operating system only. And finally, there is a boot process. So here, when you switch on the computer, and the number of programs running in a series of test arrays, as well as ensure that all this computer system is operating properly. Fine. Here, so very simple, I can say that booting is the process of running a computer as well as the loading of all the operating system into the RAM, which we can say as a booting of a computer. So in this booting process, there is a number of programs as well as different running of series also ensure that computer system is operate properly. So here, all this happens generally automatically when you run the computer. So in this class, students, so I have just explained about what is an operating system, and basically what are required for the operating system, and the another one is what are the different functions on operating system, and finally what are the different features on operating system. Thank you.